Hey everyone, this is Alex from Edolus, and I'm going to do another Behind the Mix video today. So this video, we're going to be demonstrating or breaking down Let Us Bury the Fallen, which is the second song off of our upcoming EP, The Origin. And the part we're going to be looking at today is the bridge section. So there's two sections of the bridge. There's like a heavier riffy part and then like a really melodic epic choir part. So we're going to look at both of those. So for reference, this is the part. I'll just go ahead and play it. So pretty epic stuff right there. That's why I picked it. I thought it was a cool thing to show. Everything else I've shown is like super fast and like in your face. This is a little different, so I thought it'd be good to show it off. So it starts off with really simple thing, just like a guitar riff with single guitar, bass, and drums, basically. And then the second half of this first part of the bridge, it does like a orchestral thing. So I'll go ahead and show what's happening. So drums, really simple beat, just like do-dun, ga, do-dun, ga, like that. Right. Nothing crazy there. In the second half, it just slows down. So that's the drums, basically. Nothing too exciting yet. The bass... Well, actually, I'll play the guitar part because, like, that's the thing that you're hearing. The main thing in your face in that first half. So the guitar, what it's doing is... Let's see, where's the guitar? Is this it? Yeah. So it was mono the first half, and then it's like stereo, but not super wide. I guess that's how I mixed it. Right, so simple riff just repeats a bunch of times, and then we go into this really melodic choir section. And in this part, where the drums are all slow, the lead guitar is doing like its own melody that's also played on some of the other symphonic things. So here's what that sounds like. Then harmonize the second half. Right. So the rhythm guitar, so I guess the first half, that is the rhythm guitar. The second half has its own just like big open chords. So playing the rhythm guitar underneath all the lead, it would sound like this. And then there's that that lick in the middle of that. Da 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 da. Oh yeah, there's like some a factor, some tremolo flanger effect I think I put on there. So that's there. And oh yeah, the bass. I completely forgot that. So in the first half, the guitar is doing the riff, right? The bass is sort of like doing the roots of the riff along with the guitar. With some octaves thrown in there. Oh yeah, so so the second half is just doing basically what the rhythm chords are. And I guess when I mixed it, I didn't think the sustain was good enough. So what I did is I took actually, let me break this down because I didn't do this in the other videos. So basically the way I mix the bass is like we have the raw DI track, which I send through like a virtual amp sim. So it gives it like, the bass low end and a little bit of the presence. And then I also use like some saturation and distortion plugins. And then, so I copy that and I put some saturation and distortion plugins on another track with the copy, and then basically high pass it like a lot. And so I'm left with just like this really gritty present bass sound like that. So terrible by itself, but you mix it in, just gives it a little bit more, presence to the bass, gives it like that ability to cut through the guitars a little bit better. And then the other thing I did for this project on all the songs was I took this track here and I fed it through some guitar amps, some actual guitar amps, physical amps, and then I reamped it. So I just basically cranked these amps up and then just put some mics in front of the amps and then recorded that and then mixed that in, and that's what this is. So it gives it some like presence, a little bit of extra bass, some low mids, and then most importantly, it gives it like the width that I'm looking for, because like you don't want the bass to just be mono in the center. I mean, sometimes you do, but like, at least in my opinion, it should be kind of like a little bit wider, to give it a little bit more like a live feel. Because like, I mean, if you're listening to, a band play on a stage, you don't hear the bass just in the center. You're hearing it everywhere. So I don't know. I just thought that was a cool thing to try. I think it worked out pretty well. So that's the bass. So let's get into the interesting parts, I guess. So in the second half of this first bridge, because I got them labeled, so I'm going to call the guitar riffing thing, the heavy thing, is bridge 1, and the melodic choir part is bridge 2. In the second half of this bridge 1, there's like a orchestral thing that builds up into bridge 2 that's like complementing the guitar. Guitar riff still plays, and then there's like some other stuff behind that. So if I solo that orchestral track, which has all those layers on it, this is what that sounds like. So not quite a harmony, but just like, a complementary melody, I guess. And I'm actually going to add in the hype track. So the hype so in this song, the hype track is kind of like insane. There's like, and what I call the hype track is like all the sound effects, basically all the stuff that just adds like, that cinematic movie soundtrack type feel. Things like explosions. There's like some gongs in here, right? But in this song, there's like so many of these sound effects. I actually had to freeze some of the tracks in this project because like my computer couldn't handle it. Like you could see, there's like over 300 tracks in this project. So, but anyway, so this is what this actually, you know what? I'll just solo the sound effects, the hype track, right? I'll just solo that. So in the first half, it sounds like this. So it's like a sound effect that lines up with the snare drum. Bunch of percussive things. Right. And I think there's also some percussion things in here. So there's electronic drums. There's some MIDI percussion. Yep. What else? There is percussion in the song that I recorded, like tambourines and stuff, but it's not in this section, so I guess there's none of that. So let me solo all this stuff. So that second half's kind of cool. There's like, when I was mixing this, I was like, it needs something else there. It needs some other melody to give it, a little bit more power. And I came up with this really simple thing on this Erhu virtual instrument. Right, just a really simple complementary thing. And I was like, oh, what if I just add it on a whole bunch of other things? So I added it on, like some flutes, some cellos. There's like a choir, like an angelic type thing going on. And then there's, let's see, some synths, some Celesta, some other virtual, like I think there's like an 8-bit sound that I used somewhere else in the song, but this is what that sounds like. Right, so just kind of beefing it up a little bit. And I also did that on the vocal track. I did like just like I just did that a bunch of times and then added some harmonies and stuff. So yep, so that's that little part. I'm gonna go into the vocals now. And so we have, so in this part, the first bridge, there is no vocals, just the guitar riff. Second half is like, super epic and choir like. So I'll show how we did that. So basically we have a single melody that Jay is doing. There's like a high pass radio effect on it. And we use this in another spot in the song. It just makes sense to me. Use that effect. Right, so that's where it started. I also did that same thing that he did, but I added a like a super like echo, or not echo, but like big reverb. Like it's not as clear. Like my voice isn't as clear on purpose. And that's what this sounds like. So basically just the wet reverb sound. And then, oh yeah, this stuff here, if you're wondering what that is, it's just like, I don't know where this is from, but I copy and pasted a part of his voice and then pitch shifted it around to like give the kind of like a fade in, fade out type of effect. Just kind of building up, breaking down type of effect. Right. And this song has like, if I just show you these tracks real quick, you can see this. The song is like all these like artificial delays everywhere. So this is just one instance of where I did that. But so Jay also did these like octave lower versions of that same melody, and then we panned them left and right.
For all those who have given everything, this grave marks their tormented agony. May their souls ascend.
Right. And then I also did this, I think.
For all those who have given everything.
Yep. So I did that as well. What is that? Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. I did like, so this song I did like what did I call it? Vocal hype or something. I basically just did a bunch of yelling and stuff all over the song where I thought it like needed better transitions. So that's that. That's kind of, I didn't know that was there. Okay. Interesting. So we have like a gang vocal choir.
For all those who have given everything, this grave marks their torment and agony.
So like we all sang the same thing. I think that was just me, Connor, and Richard that did that. That was before we got Jay and Alex in the band. So let's see. I did this. So I recorded like all of the voices in the choir, and then I like it's not auto-tune, but I pitch corrected them and like made sure they're all like exactly perfect to give it like kind of a foundation for the choir, give it a little bit more grounding. And so that's what this sounds like.
For all those who have given everything, this grave marks their torment and agony. May their souls ascend to the heavens. Say goodbye for now to our past friends.
So I thought that sounded pretty cool. Mixed in with everything else, like you would never know that was there. So this is the choir that me and Jay did. So basically we just did that same thing, but it was like just the two of us, and we didn't tune it or anything. We just sang it, and that's what this is. No, that's not what that is. That's what this is. That was the gang vocal choir.
For all those who have given everything, this grave marks their torment and agony. May their souls ascend to the heavens.
Right? And all together, the vocals sound like this.
For all those who have given everything, this grave marks their torment in agony. May their souls ascend.
All right, bonus content. We're gonna. My dog is flopping around. So what was I talking? Spoken word. So that in the next part of the song, I'm just gonna show this. Then I'll end the video. We did like. We call it when we were recording this. Me and Jay were like, oh, it sounds like a warlock or something. Like it sounds like some fantasy. Like it just doesn't sound like a real person. Anyway, it's a real person and it's Jay and it sounds like this.
I have grown through the ages, knowing the names of each man and woman who have martyred themselves for our people. As I look out at our growing kingdom, I can only stand here and weep for their sacrifices. By the mercy of our gods, may they live!
Yeah, I was happy with the way that turned out. It sounded so cool. But all right, I think I'm going to end it here. I thought it was kind of, what are we at here? I don't know. I don't know how to check the length. It's probably like 20 minutes though. But I've been trying to make these shorter, but I just can't seem to not make them shorter. I only did one part of a song too, and anyway, I will do more of these. So this is the third song. Yep, so 2 more songs to go, and then we'll figure something else out for the content. So anyway, thank you for watching to the end, and tune in next time for another one. See ya.